Hello, y'all. This is the one and only Mahalet Traore. Um, so I'm just like, about to release my first song and my first fashion film, music video, collection, 9 yards. Like I'm pulling out all the stops, right? And I want to look back on this day and these moments. I've like taken pictures to like document my progress and stuff like that. I have some videos of me listening to the song, but like I want to really just start documenting my artistic journey like behind the scenes. And what better way than to do it yourself if no one else gonna do it. So yeah. Got my little setup here, got my art, got my fashion, got my music in the middle. Um, I've been working on this project. So I got my first, I've never produced music before. Like I've played an instrument and I was in the band, right? In middle school. I played the clarinet. I loved the clarinet. It was a nice experience. Like I used to be able to read music and everything. But I mean, music has always been a part of my life in some capacity. Especially Ethiopian music, Malian music, country, jazz, hip hop, indie, freaking rave music, like electronic is my fucking shit. But it's always been in some capacity. Like I've never limited myself to any genre when it came to listening to music. Like I used to listen to some of the craziest things while I was painting and it get me going. So I love music. It affects the way that I work. It affects my day to day. It affects me in so many different ways, as it does so many different people. Like it's such a bridge to so many emotions, and it's such a really strong, informative way to connect and communicate how somebody feels, So I've always like I don't know, I feel like when I was younger, I always envisioned myself, in so many different capacities doing so many different things. But there was always like performing, you know, whether it be acting, whether it be on a stage singing or something. I was in the choir. like like there are things, but I told myself that I would come back to it, and I think it's just so funny that I actually did. Like I've actually come back to like my dreams and like actually found a way to incorporate everything that I've been working on, everything that I know about myself into this huge immersive way of expressing myself, Um and I've never produced music before, and this is the first, I love poetry, I love to write, and I feel like a lot of my journal entries, a lot of the things that I write down, like song lyrics, are always coming to me, and usually typically they don't really come as songs, even though they're very very lyrical. They sometimes always have some type of beat incorporated, but it's honestly just my true feelings, and I would just think and be like, this would be a bomb ass song, like this would be really great, and I think those was just like signs from the universe that led me to what I'm doing. So I got my equipment last September, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to start this journey, and this is still my mentality, like moving forward. I'm not going to start this journey expecting anything. I have no expectations with this other than to like thoroughly enjoy myself. I like my whole practice is based on experimentation. I love experimentation. I love playing. Like anything that you do and that you love should come from a very childlike perspective where you are just like trying out new things for the fucking heck of it, And That's what I did. I was like, I don't want to. I was like, this. I know this is something that I really want to develop and a skill set that I really want to like hone in on. And I can't do that in a progressive manner if I am constantly creating unnecessary paranoia for myself, constantly expecting A, B, and C. Don't get me wrong, I have very high standards for myself. I have a lot of expectations, but I just like, where is the fun? Sometimes the fun gets overshadowed by this constant need to be a perfectionist, this constant need to, get everything right the first time around, this constant need to not want to fail, and I, I didn't want to do that. I feel like I had approached a lot of my art, and not that that was like my initial way that I came into art, but I think because of a lot of conditioning and a lot of external factors just made me very stressed when I was creating, which I have gone grown past. Um I was like, if I'm gonna take on this new medium, I really want to, I just want to have a good time. I just want to laugh. And throughout this whole process, I constantly found myself laughing, being geeked like, at my voice, at the beat that I would produce or whatever. And it's been really, really good. And I told myself I'm gonna take my time. I usually do take my time with a lot of projects, but I was like, you know, there's what is the rush? And so yeah, I'm really excited. I think I've come a long way. I've learned a lot. I'm constantly learning a lot. This is my first song. Still like going back and forth with like the title. And this is how I usually am with a lot of my work. Like I don't figure out the title until I'm honestly kind of complete with the project, if not even more so after the fact. Um but I've been going back with a couple. I'm kind of like stuck with, I can do both, honestly, but I'm kind of stuck between Black Sheep and Brown Eyes. We're going back and forth with them. Um, so yeah, I think this song really is about like so many different things. It has plural meanings, right? Even with the lyrics, there's minimal lyrics, because I really wanted this song to focus on just like the ambiance of the beat and the ambiance of and the energy that comes from the sounds of the music. But I did add lyrics because I was like, I do have something to say, like I usually do. And but I didn't want the lyrics to overcharge the beat. I don't know if I'm gonna necessarily take this route with all the songs that I make, but with this initial song, I really wanted that to be the case. And so, but this song is just about, like I said, about so many things that has plural meaning. It's about like, it's radical self-acceptance, healing and tending and nurturing to your inner child and your inner parent. It's a love letter to myself, a care letter to myself, affirmations to, your soul, but then it also doubles as a love letter to others, and also just like a plea to understand that I have the power and the love to make somebody feel the way that I always wanted to feel. So there's kind of this irony behind it, right, with a lot of the meanings. And the second one, the latter that I just explained, is I think is something that I struggled a lot with. A lot of the relationships that I've had, I just like would be so confused, like, why doesn't it work out? Like, I love you, and like I have this capability to do this for you. I know I have these powers and these abilities to make you feel free, to make you feel accepted, to love you unconditionally, But then when you think about it, I'm pleading so hard with these people because I'm not giving that to myself, you know. And so we go back to the initial beginning, which is radical self-love, accepting everything that I've been through and that it's grown me into who I am. And you know, and finally giving myself everything that I've always wanted to give to somebody else, and also everything that I wanted them to give back to me. And so yeah, and then it's just like, not even with just lovers, with, you know, with family, with them understanding, you know, this is where the black sheep comes in. It's like, I've, you know, I haven't really gone and done things the conventional way. I'm not a very conventional person, even though I do value tradition, I do value culture. I will forever be my own person. I will forever be my authentic self. And I'm still figuring out who and what that is, as the days go by. You know, I'm not gonna know it all. I hope to continue to grow and grow. And so yeah. And so it's really just letting people know, especially to my family as well, like this is like the triple meaning of it, like to my family, to my loved ones, that like, you know, everything that I've envisioned, everything that I've dreamed, everything that I've seen, everything that I've felt, I know it's true. You know, I know that the universe and myself are in cahoots, like we are a team. We have a timing, we are going at the pace that we know is to be true. And um that eradicates all self-doubt, you know, self-doubt that has was not I was not born with necessarily. And so yeah, and just like the has a general understanding of rest and grief. The themes of death and rebirth are very, very much present in all aspects of life. Even going down to conflicts in the countries that I love and the countries that I'm from. And yeah, this is all wrapped into a beautiful, like, you can't even put a genre on it, you know. And that's what I wanted to make sure. Like I wanted it to be like very experimental. I wanted it to be a sound and an experience that people never really um heard as much for. I definitely have inspirations. Like whoo, I'm not even going to go down the list. Like that's a different video. But I have so many inspirations. But at the same time, like I said, it's wrapped in this beautiful, like, anti-genre of sounds that derive from Mali, from Ethiopia, from America, from UK, from, you know, black techno, from folk music, and you know, just everything, just indie, like has a bit of like R&B, like a little bit of like whatever, but it's not you can't box it in. And I think the way that I curated these sounds is a testament to how I believe I operate. Like, you can't box me in, you can't limit me, you can't put a label on who and what I am, because I'm everything and nothing all at once. So so yeah, so let's listen to it. I still have a lot to tweak, you know. This is a rough cut. I am pumped, I am charged, I'm ready. I am ready, and I have, yeah, let me just stop talking so you guys can get the gist of it. Bear with me. So yeah, you get the gist. You know, there's still some things I need to tweak, move around, like really cut and mix, and just the final touches. Like we're just so close. We're so close. But it's very dancey, but it's also it takes it like takes different things, different aspects from different genres, right? Like you get like this electronic EDM vibe, and then you also get like this very indie, very folky, like country kind of, But then you also get, you know, it's just, I think it's a masterpiece. But that's just me. I'm very, very satisfied. And you know, I'm all about collaboration. I definitely want to collaborate because I want to do a remix of the song too, and but I wanted to give it a sultry vibe too, even though it does take from these like fast paced music, like these fast paced beats. Like, you know, I'm using a lot of skista music, you know, um, and the skista part, you know, skista for the most part is, you know, it's kind of fast, it's kind of, you know, and so um it's just mixing all these different components, just trying. It's just like fuck it, you know, just let's get into it. But like I was saying, I'm all for collaboration. Um, but I think it was really important for me. I just love doing things myself. You know, I think it's really important for me to, before I collaborate with other people, to understand how something works, how things can get done, you know. And you know, I've always respected the artistic integrity and commitment and work ethic of producers, but boy, let me tell you, okay, y'all are some scientists, and it's really great to kind of get an understanding of that. And yeah, so here's to producing more beats, making more songs, and collaborating with some fantastic, great artists. I am really proud of myself. I can't stop smiling. And I'm like, I know I'm like running my fucking mouth, but I'm just, it means so much to me to get this done for the culture. You know, like it's really important to get all the cultures that I'm involved in and that I've been raised in and that I am blood um into this music, with also music that moves me, not only from my culture, but just just music that just also speaks to me, resonates with me in so many different ways. And having that all compiled and being able to create something like this soundscape is I have so many great influences and so many, it's just I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful. And I'm happy that I'm satisfied with this by myself. You know what I'm saying? And I can't wait for the world to hear it. I can't wait for the world to hear it. The video is eating. We shot the majority of it, or honestly all of it, this summer. Been getting the footage, you know, been editing. Um, it's gonna eat the clothes I made. Like, come on, my nigga. Like, I'm using fabrics. I'm using bazin. I'm using bogalan. I'm using abishak. I mean, it's the cotton, like the hand spun cotton from Ethiopia. Like, y'all, it don't get better than I'm using braiding hair. I'm using like, and I just fuck. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just like zoned out for a second because I'm just, I just can't believe it. Like I think I'm just so proud of myself. Like I know I haven't released it yet, but I have every intention to. Like I'm just like I am committed. I have been committed, and like I have a very strong work ethic. But sometimes I like eventually I will get to the point, but sometimes I psych myself out of things. But eventually I will get back to where I need to be. But this time around, I was, even though some of it tried to creep in, I really put my foot down on myself and really put my foot down on my self-doubt and perfectionism. And I was just like, bitch, like you have so many talents. You have so much to offer. You are the epitome of artistic genius and brilliance. You fucking share that with the world. And so I'm gonna fucking do that. And so yeah. Um, I can't wait to share it. I can't wait for y'all to experience it, because if this makes me just as happy, I don't know what to do for the next person. So I love y'all.